It's May, and if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, that means summer is coming. In America, universities are finishing for the school year, and soon K through 12 public schools will finish as well. By June, families are going to start preparing for vacations and summer activities. There's a holiday right in the middle of the summer to look forward to. And then by August, everyone will be suffering from the heat and preparing for school once again and or the Labor Day holiday. In this episode, I want to talk to you about my summer plans. This will give you an idea about what summertime can look like in America, but it will also give you an opportunity to practice listening to and understanding the different tenses we use to talk about future plans. I want you to listen for will, but also be plus an ing verb, as well as the present tense when I talk about facts and habits. But before we start, if you're new here, hello. I'm Jean. I'm an English teacher and content creator, and you're listening to English Extras, a podcast designed to help make English make sense. If you learned something new today, please consider subscribing so you can continue to learn from me. I post a new episode every week. If you are already subscribed, thank you and welcome back. Please consider sharing this episode. It's the best way to help me completely for free. Now let's get started. So first of all, I live in Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. I was born here, but from 2020 to 2025, I lived in Florida, specifically South Florida, about an hour away from Miami. Summertime in Kentucky versus summertime in Florida, those are two very different things. The biggest difference is the temperature. It is blazing hot in South Florida. The temperature itself is high, but the feels like temperature is also really high because of the humidity. Let me give you some numbers. In Kentucky, the average summer temperature is around 30 to 33 degrees Celsius in the afternoons, but usually cooler in the mornings and evenings. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. In South Florida, the average summer temperature is around 35 degrees Celsius and usually feels like 37 degrees Celsius or higher, and it doesn't cool down very much in the mornings and evenings. By the way, if you want to know some different ways to talk about the weather so you don't sound like a textbook, I have another episode for that, and I'll put a link to it in the description. It also rains a lot more in South Florida, usually every day. Not all day, thankfully, but it usually rains every day in the afternoon. And the thing I hated about that situation is that it doesn't cool down after it rains. Everything is still hot, and then everything is also wet. But in Kentucky, when it rains, it typically cools down a little afterward, which I prefer. The springtime this year has been definitely on the colder side. It's May now, and usually it would be 26 or 27 degrees Celsius, but it's more like 21 or 22 during the day and quite chilly at night. It's a bit weird. Normally, it would be warmer by this point in the year. I don't know what that means for what I can expect from this summer, but I hope it'll be nice and hot. So, what will I be doing this summer or not doing this summer? Well, I will not be going to the beach. I know that much for sure. The beach, and we do say the beach, even if we're not talking about a specific one, the beach is probably one of the most common summertime vacation destinations. But, fun fact, most states in America are landlocked. Basically, what that means is that most states in America are surrounded by land and don't have a coastline. Here in Kentucky, for example, we are landlocked. Kentucky does not have a coastline, it does not have a beach. So most Americans who want to go to the beach have to travel to go. When I lived in South Florida, the beach was about 30 minutes away by car, so it was pretty close. However, I only went to the beach a few times while I lived in Florida. Florida beaches are usually very busy because of tourists, and I don't really enjoy going to the beach as an activity anyway. I think it's too hot and boring and uncomfortable. Now that I'm in Kentucky, I will not be going to any beach this summer. I will also probably not be going to the pool. We also say the pool even if we're not talking about a specific one, the same way we say the beach. And by the way, if you want to know more about the terms I use in this episode, including definitions and example sentences, you can download the transcript for free. Link in the description. Many neighborhoods have a community pool that opens after Memorial Day in May and closes around Labor Day in September. However, my neighborhood does not have a community swimming pool, and none of my friends live in neighborhoods with swimming pools either. There are places like the YMCA that have pools, but you have to pay for that, and I don't want to. So, I will also not be going to the pool this summer. But those are some things I won't be doing. Let me tell you some things I will be doing. I'm going to be studying. I know it's kind of opposite to what most people will do this summer. Students have summer vacation, no studying. I'm not a student. However, I'm studying for an exam that will take place in August. So not only will I be studying this summer, but I will also be taking the exam this summer. I'm not going to tell you what exam it is yet. I want to tell you about it after I take it. But I won't just be studying. There are two major events in the summertime for me. One is my birthday in June, and the other one is 4th of July. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do for my birthday. I'm turning 32 this year, which isn't an important age. Also, my birthday is on a Tuesday this year, so I can't really do anything special on my exact birthday. I'll probably have to do something the weekend before or the weekend after. But honestly, I probably won't do anything. However, not long after my birthday is 4th of July. 4th of July is Independence Day in America. It's the day we celebrate the official beginning of the United States as a country. If you'd like to learn more about the 4th of July as a holiday, I have an entire episode about it that you can find a link to in the description. Normally, 4th of July is a pretty chill holiday for me. When I lived in Florida, I'd go to a barbecue with my husband's family. However, now I'm in Kentucky, so I will be going to a barbecue at my cousin's house. We're going to have lots of fireworks, and it'll be a great time. I'm really excited about it because I'll be able to see and hang out with my family. And honestly, that's kind of it for me. I don't have any other big plans for the summertime. It's going to be pretty chill overall. Of course, I'll see my friends like I usually do. We'll go to the park and go to restaurants. I'll probably go see a movie at some point. But all of that is pretty normal stuff, not specific to the summertime. So, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and it's almost summertime for you, what plans do you have? Are you going to the beach? Are you finding a pool to swim in? Are you also studying like me? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for listening. Until next time, my friends. Bye.